Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Form of Therapy and to the Culture Study. This is going to be a special reaction to the Culture Study. I'm going to make this a Patreon exclusive. I'm not putting it behind a paywall. People will still be able to access it if they want to come seek it out. But I'm not going to actively put this on YouTube. Couple reasons. So Amygdala from Agust is what we're checking out today. I'm your host, Cheok PD, as always. But I did get several heads ups and warnings from people that like the video is very sensitive. It's very triggering. So to keep that in mind, it's very adult themed, deals with suicide, mental health, that kind of stuff. So people even said like, don't watch it unless you're ready. And I, did a listening party for D-Day, and I did listen to Amygdala, and I saw the lyrics, and I was just like, wow, this is a heavy-ass song. And I was curious as to how he was going to do the video, but admittedly, I wasn't ready. And so I took people's advice to heart, and I put it off. But am I in a better mental place than I was before? I would say no. But I'm checking it out because I also think that it is sort of the essence of art that when you're in your darkest moments, sometimes darker things can also help you out of that darkness, out of that depth. So that's why I'm here. So that's also why I'm keeping this video a little personal and here on our Patreon. So let's go ahead and start the video.
내가 태어난다 엄마 심장에 별의별 일이 많았지 뭐가 이리 다 살아난지 기억조차 안 나는 기억도 다 꺼내보자고 하나씩 최선들의 선택 원치 않던 내 통제밖에 자신만 하자 그래 I don't know 기억들로 My AMYGDALA 어서 나를 구해줘 My AMYGDALA 어서 나를 꺼내줘 My AMYGDALA 이곳에서 구해줘 어서 빨리 꺼내줘 그래 참 별의별 일이 많았지 길가에 너무 심장시가 저리 전하지 못했던 내 사고 소식과 스케줄 중에 걸려 언제나 아버지의 간암 소식 최선의 선택들이 맞아섰길 그 또한 모두 지나가 버렸길 그래서 이 수많은 고통은 날 위한 것일까 끊임없는 시련은 날 죽이지 못하고 다시금 나는 연꽃을 피워내 최선들의 선택 원치 않던 내 통제밖에 자신만 하자 그래 하나씩 그래 하나씩 My amygdala My amygdala 어서 나를 구해줘 어서 나를 구해줘 My amygdala My amygdala 어서 나를 꺼내줘 어서 나를 꺼내줘 My amygdala My amygdala My amygdala My amygdala 이곳에서 구해줘 어서 빨리 꺼내줘
Wow. Um, wow, there's so many things I want to talk about, but let's cover this from a purely Augusty perspective. I love what the video implies, which is, I mean, technically we already knew this, but the way the video implies it, it feels so much more intentional and almost epic in nature. I love how full circle it feels, in that it's going to sound fucked up, but the way Suga cuts his eye, sort of indicating the birth of Augusty and why Augusty was birthed in the first place, why he was formed in the first place, or that personality of his, and that whole room, the black room, which is representative of, I think, both his mind state, and also just him like where he's at in that moment, when he's singing the song, at least anyways. And it was a bit shocking I'm not crying. I don't know if Suga can make me cry, but Suga can make me do something that I think is quite special, which is he can make me really emotional rather than make me cry. I think just given how tough Suga is and how much trust I have in Suga in that way, like I guess I don't cry, like I don't feel bad for him. I empathize with him, and so I feel really emotional. And seeing that scene of him, I have to imagine it's referencing very specifically when he hurt his shoulder. I actually don't know the full story. I haven't seen the full story, but it sounds like it's talking about when he first hurt his shoulder. I didn't even realize I didn't realize it was like a quote unquote car accident until recently. In fact, I think he talked about it on. It was a Suchita or something like that, where he mentioned, I was like, wait a minute, that's how he hurt his shoulder? Like, there was something like that. And so watching this music video was I don't know, seeing that come to light was shocking. It moved me. It left a lasting, haunting expression. And the more I think about it, that's what makes me want to cry. The more I think about it, the more, like, just, I guess, from an artistic level, like, how personal it was and like him doing it, how much courage that even takes. I think that's what is borderline about to make me cry. But this music video, it's really simple in theory, is it not? I love that they shoot this one Suga on a moped scene, kind of repeat it over and over, and we primarily shoot in this scene, this black void, this black room, and Suga trying to get out. He talks about traveling through his memories. It's almost like he's trapped in his memories. He's trapped in his pain, in his amygdala, right? And that's how Agust D is born, through the coping of this pain or revisiting this journey, whatever it is. And the whole process of itself is very dark, wild, traumatic, becomes a straight up rock concert by the middle of it. I feel like he gave like a very good teaser of like anybody who went to go see Agust D in concert, Suga in concert for his D-Day show, I think probably got a treat of this. Like it seems like a preview with the strobing lights, the auto-tune screaming, makes me go, damn, I really, really wish I had seen Suga in concert now. Man, the way the door lights up too. I love the neutral gray tone palette, just like making it pop against all this black, but the only white is the door, the sort of salvation, the way to get out, but he can't get out. And then in the end, it's interesting how this past version of Suga tries to help him, but is unable to. And that's sort of how it ends. And it's just pouring rain. Obviously we know now that Suga is better, doing better, way better. But the video, I think, still was very moving and profound nonetheless. For me personally, it was a very moving experience. I will say I could have watched this earlier. Maybe it's because of where I'm at mentally. I feel like I'm at a very crucial point in my time as well. And watching this honestly served more as hope for me. It helped me feel like I'm not alone. It helps me feel like, oh, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy for the thoughts that I think in my head, because someone will come out here and make a music video that kind of personifies and portrays and like adds depth to like the imaginary kind of issues in my mind and in my heart. And so in that way, I'm very grateful for the video. I think the song is only enhanced by the video. Again, the video being so simple works for this. The repetitive nature of it, I think it also feeds into that because he's reliving his memories aspect of it too. AMYGDALA video, class act. 10 out of 10, solid. It's such a perfectly well-made video. Not every group, not every artist could even pull this off, mainly because you need the right song to even make a video work like this. Like, you can't just, first of all, even if you have like the same crew and the same cameras, like, it's just, the song has to be that powerful. It has to have that much weight for it to get away with doing something simple like this and not feeling like it's cheap. More so, it feels highly conceptual on Agust's part. And that is the indication of a great song. Yes, we know that Hybe has money and he could do a bigger video if he wanted, but I don't think we're going off of that reacting feeling of like, he chose to make it smaller. That's not it. I think this is truly like, he brought it to life and it's just purely based on the vision of his mind. And simplicity was honestly what made it feel much more beautiful and artistic and kind of expensive. I mean, take a look at this set right here in his mind palace right here. I love that the set is elevated too. That's nice. God, and the reflection and this right here, they probably do a mix of CG and real water. Like, that's real water, but like not all of the rain is real. Not all of the rain is real. Yeah, not all of the rain is real. And the most fun, interesting fact about just rain production in general is Suga's being poured with water right now. He's like being drenched with water, or they're carefully shooting around him. Yeah, they're shooting exactly everywhere around him. Yeah, you'll notice like the water isn't dropping on him in any. Yeah, the water isn't dropping on him in any aspect. If you could tell mostly by the ground. Where it's hitting, technically the way the rain mechanism, the machine is like set up. But basically, for water to capture on camera, if you were to take a camera, even like a high quality cinematic camera like this, if you went outside and it's pouring rain and you tried shooting it, it doesn't show up like this. Rain shows on camera, but the way it shows is just, it's not pretty. It's not ugly, but it's just like, it doesn't capture enough of the details. Rain actually is so light and so fast that what it captures on camera is just kind of like a blur. And so oftentimes during productions, you have to pump up the water kind of pressure a little bit higher so that on camera, it looks like it's actually just rain. it's gonna look much more thicker, like a downpour in person, but on camera it looks more like rain. So just a little fun little fact. But yeah, I really appreciate Suga sharing such a personal video. And even though it is simple, I think it really elevates the concept of the song even further. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this reaction to Agust D's Amygdala. Let me know what you guys thought. What did you guys think of the video? It really feels like, I don't know, a good closure to, I guess, all this Agust D stuff. I'm not saying like he's done with Agust D, but like, I guess when Agust D first started, I did have a bit of a mental health concern about Suga. The D1 listening party's it's been lost for a long time, but for anybody who was around during that time, you might remember me talking about just like, wow, Suga has like a lot of just anger. And he's just got he's got a lot of things going on, and he's working through a lot of things. And, just worrying about his mental health was kind of one of the things after listening to that album. And so I know for a while, again, I saw it in person, which honestly was like the nicest thing. Like, I'm glad that he put out this album after he got himself right. And so all of these songs, while they are emotional and they are moving, they don't make me incredibly sad. Kind of like, I guess, Jimin's Set Me Free Part 2. It's because, I know at the end of the road, Agust D, Jimin, despite everything you see in Like Crazy, you know that Set Me Free is still coming up. So it's hard to stay sad about, the stuff that Jimin went through. And same for Amygdala. At the end of the day, I know that Snooze is waiting at the end of the album for me. And so, I'm just kind of amazed, proud of him. And that's about it. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in another video. Peace out.